We all use some type of skincare products in our daily routine, whether it's for cleansing or moisturizing or some other special purpose like combating oily skin or controlling odor or reducing wrinkles. Some of us may use just a few products per day, and some of us use dozens. One thing that most of us have in common is we just assume that the products we're using are safe for us to use. But is that true? Should we be worried about the chemicals in our skincare and beauty products? That's what we're going to talk about today. Now, I want to take this from both a scientific and a mindful approach because that's the way I roll. First of all, I'm Michaela. I'm an avid researcher, author, and sustainable product activist who's here to help you make lifestyle and product choices that are better for your health and the planet. So here's the deal. The secret behind the beauty and personal care industry is that they are allowed to essentially self-regulate when it comes to the ingredients used in their products. There's actually very little regulation over the industry, and very few ingredients are tested for safety, and fewer still are actually banned. And because of this, we end up with hormone-disrupting ingredients in skincare, cosmetics containing lead and other heavy metals, carcinogens in shampoos, and many more harmful ingredients in products that we use on our bodies every day. So that's the bad part. Now, a single exposure to a toxic chemical probably won't hurt you, but over time, those exposures add up, both through repeated exposures of the same chemical and the accumulation of a variety of different types of chemical exposures. This gets to the concept of body burden, which looks at the sum total of all the toxic chemicals we've been exposed to and that have accumulated in our bodies over time. And studies have shown that a high body burden can lead to some pretty significant health problems. Now, I don't want to scare you. Instead, I want to share some helpful information to help you avoid the worst products and find safer replacements. So, in this video, I'll share the worst chemicals to avoid in your products and why, and also provide practical tips on how to choose safer alternatives and highlight some brands that prioritize clean and effective formulations. Most skincare products contain chemicals that are designed to improve texture, prolong shelf life, or enhance effectiveness. However, some of these ingredients have been linked to health concerns ranging from skin irritation to hormone disruption and even long-term risks like cancer. So today I'm going to tell you about the top 5 types of ingredients to avoid in your skincare and beauty products. Now, I'll be going through them pretty quickly, but if you're looking for more detail, I do have a comprehensive post on the blog that explains all of this in more detail. So the first ingredient that you want to avoid in your skincare products is parabens. Parabens are used as preservatives in skincare and cosmetics to prevent the growth of mold and bacteria. They're commonly found in moisturizers, shampoos, body wash, and makeup. Now, preservatives are very important, especially in products that contain water or water-based ingredients like aloe vera, glycerin, or hyaluronic acid. But paraben preservatives in particular are the problem. Parabens have been widely studied, and the studies have shown that parabens can mimic estrogen in the body, potentially disrupting the endocrine system. And some research has linked them to hormone-related cancers, such as breast cancer and fertility issues. So you'll find parabens near the end of an ingredient list under names like methylparaben or propylparaben. The thing I'd like you to look out for on your products is artificial fragrances. Fragrances are added to skincare products, obviously to enhance their scent, but also to mask unpleasant odors from raw materials. And when you see the term fragrance or perfume on a product label, this can be a mix of hundreds of undisclosed chemicals, including phthalates, which you may have heard of. The problem is that many synthetic fragrances contain allergens and irritants and can trigger skin reactions. And some fragrance components like phthalates have been linked to hormone disruption. So you're better off avoiding anything with artificial fragrance in it. The third thing to avoid in your personal care products is sulfates. Sulfates are used to produce foam and lather in products, so think cleansers, body wash, and shampoos, anything that foams up. And on a label, you'll see them as both sodium lauryl sulfate and sodium laureth sulfate. While sulfates are really effective at removing dirt and oil, they can also strip the skin and hair of natural moisture, lead to skin irritation and sensitivity. And if you do have eczema or rosacea, sulfates can worsen those symptoms. Additionally, sodium lauryl sulfate is an ethoxylated ingredient, which is known to produce 1,4-dioxane, which is classified as a human carcinogen. So you don't want that. Another thing that you need to be concerned about in your personal care products is formaldehyde-releasing preservatives. So formaldehyde is a known carcinogen, and it can also cause skin irritation, allergic reactions, and respiratory issues. This is a tricky one because you won't find the word formaldehyde listed on an ingredient label, but certain preservatives release formaldehyde into the environment. And even though they only release a small amount of formaldehyde over time, continuous exposure does raise concerns. So I'm not going to go into the specific chemical name of those preservatives because they're long and really sciencey, but they are listed in the article that I mentioned earlier if you want to refer to that. So one thing you can do is look for products that are labeled formaldehyde-free. That would be a good start. And then finally, you'll want to avoid chemical sunscreens like oxybenzone. Oxybenzone and other types of chemical sunscreens are used to absorb UV rays and prevent sunburn, which is a good thing. But studies have shown that these chemicals can be absorbed into the bloodstream and may interfere with the endocrine system. Additionally, oxybenzone is known to contribute to coral reef bleaching, raising environmental concerns, and we don't want that either. Now let's move on to some practical tips to help you find safer products without going crazy trying to memorize the scientific name of every harmful chemical. Number one, you can look for products that are paraben-free. Now, keep in mind that paraben-free does not mean that everything else about the product is safe and healthy. It just means that the preservatives used are not parabens. But that's a good start. But a lot of companies these days are using paraben-free sort of as almost a clean washing term to make it seem like everything in the product is clean and non-toxic, but that's not necessarily the case. But it is a good thing to know that the product does not contain parabens. The second thing you can do to ensure you're buying safer products is to buy products that are fragrance-free, if that works for you. So when you do that, this means you're eliminating hundreds of potentially harmful ingredients, including phthalates, which is great. But if you still want some scent, but just not artificial fragrance, look for products that are scented with natural essential oils. Now, the scent is going to be lighter and might not last as long, but essential oils, fragrances are much nicer in my opinion. Another thing you can do is keep an eye out for third-party certifications on the product labels, like EWG Verified, USDA Organic, Made Safe, or EcoCert. These will help indicate that the products have already been vetted for safe and non-toxic ingredients. So I do find those certifications are very helpful. Another thing you can do is to buy sunscreens that use mineral-based SPF like zinc oxide or titanium dioxide, which provide a physical barrier to those harmful rays instead of a chemical one. And finally, you can search for safer products on the Skin Deep database or other similar apps. Now, I've got a whole video on how to use Skin Deep, so be sure to check that out. And finally, I want to show you a few examples of better personal care brands just so you have a few ideas of what to look for. First of all, Attitude is one of my favorite personal care brands. They're based in Canada, but you can find their products in the United States as well. I have found in the last couple of years that I found them in a lot of my local co-ops, which is great, but you can also order Attitude on Amazon or directly from the company in Canada, and they ship relatively quickly. Attitude is great because they carry products in so many different categories. They've got your body care, your facial care, your hair care, and even makeup, as well as cleaning products and other home products too. So they're kind of an all-around great brand. Most of their products are EWG verified, which is that third-party certification that shows you that the ingredients have been vetted to be safe. So this is like kind of one of my number one brands that I like to recommend. And then you've got Andalou Naturals, which is a good budget brand to look for. Now, this brand has been around for a long time, and you can find them in even a lot of grocery stores, natural food stores, Whole Foods. They carry a lot of different products, and the price points aren't too high. This body lotion is something I've been using for years. It's just a good all-purpose body lotion to have around. So another good brand that I recommend. And for sunscreen, I love Badger. They have great products in general, but especially their sunscreens are great. One thing, I don't know that you can really see it very well, but it says 90% organic ingredients, so that's a nice thing to see. And they are NSF certified as well. And they use the physical mineral-based sunscreen instead of chemicals, so that is good. And this product is good about rubbing in clear, so it's not leaving that white finish on your skin. So love Badger. And then finally I'll share Osea, which is one of my favorite brands. You've probably seen me mention them before. They are a little higher price point than like your Andalou, for instance, but they just have great, wonderful, really high quality, clean ingredient products, and I've done a couple of other YouTube videos about them. If you want to check those out, I will link those as well. But they are a really great brand for you to check out. And of course, there's many others. There are lots of other brands that I can share with you. In fact, if you have anything in particular you have a question about, leave me a comment and let me know. I'd be happy to look into something or cover certain kind of topics of products that you are looking for. So go ahead and do that. And also I've got many non-toxic product guides on the Mindful Mama blog, and that covers everything from shampoo to body lotion to deodorant and sunscreen and much more. So I'll put a link in the description to all those guides so you can check those out as well. So thanks for watching, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment and subscribe to this channel. See you next time. Bye.